Close to $2 billion worth of abalone are poached each year. South Africa is facing record poaching levels, but stopping it seems an impossible task. Fishing communities like Hout Bay are dependent on the sea to provide not only food, but for a living. Reporter Tallie Johnson talks to residents who just want a fair opportunity to make a living.
Another day of waiting for this group of young men. They are all involved in the lucrative poaching industry, and the weather determines how often they work. When they do work, it's as a group of divers, handlers, and runners.
Hout Bay's main source of income is the sea. We thrive on the sea, so that's where we make our living.
A young man working on a poaching vessel can make up to 1,000 rand a night.
I have to poach because there's nothing for us outside there. Because if you see in my community, like I say, I love all my years in my community, and the matriculant, all of them, they don't even know jobs. They also poachers. You see, in the region I'm poaching because there's no work on the harbour for me.
They believe they have a birthright to all the inshore fishing, like abalone and crayfish. Community leaders here argue that the community should have automatic rights to the sea.
I believe strongly that if people stays on the coastline, they don't need the permit. There must only be means to take water, because it's enough that these people gamble with their lives actually against actually weather.
Harvesting of abalone has reached new records, with 4,000 tons illegally harvested from South Africa waters last year.
We've gotten to such a level where poaching has become so ingrained and communities so dependent on vast sums of cash that flow from poaching that it is now socially impossible to reverse.
The government only gives a small number of legal fishing permits. Even for residents who did manage to obtain one, it is not enough to survive on.
Allocation is 167 kilos for a year. And I mean, when you calculate, when you put that together, it's worth about 20,000 rand. And I mean, you can't, what can you do with money like that?
Speed boats such as this one is used for late night poaching. If caught, the men face a stiff jail sentence.
People with an allocation like that will go poaching because it's not enough to put on the table, so they will go out poaching and do things that the government don't like.
Then if you really want to police your stocks and those type of things, you can concentrate on the big players. Forget about the smaller guy.
Experts say the solution is not to try to eliminate poaching, but to reduce it to allow the abalone to recover sufficiently. But for the communities who depend on the sea for their livelihood, poaching seems to be their only option. In Hout Bay, I'm Tallie Johnson.